Hey, happy summer. It is almost 4th of July and I have a fun video today just for my Seint customers. I'm gonna shake things up around here at Mature Makeup Masterclass, and on as many weeks as I can fit it in, I'm going to keep Seint videos for Wednesdays only, and then all of my traditional makeup and all the other brands that I represent on Saturdays. And that way I serve two camps, and sometimes you like to cross over to, the other side, but this way I can keep Seint kind of special just on Wednesdays. And I'm going to call this series the Seint Look of the Week. So this is my summer look of the week. What do you think? Stay tuned for Seint Look of the Week. Hey, welcome back to my channel. I am Michelle Spieler. I'm the creator of Mature Makeup Masterclass, a series of over 20 videos, all on mature technique with products that I've given a stamp of approval that work really well on mature skin of all skin types, all ages, all ethnicities, over 40, maybe 35. Anyway, I'm so glad you're here. I've decided to shake things up and start doing things a little differently on weeks where time allows. This is going to be a crazy week, so I really don't have time for a second YouTube video, but I've decided I have two camps of people that follow me here on YouTube. I have my Seint people who started following me because of Seint and because of Demi, and I love it. I love being here for that. And then I have women who aren't interested in Seint or Demi and follow me for my French Beauty series or for any type of mature technique or products or skincare that is traditional, something you can buy in drugstore, Ulta, Sephora, department stores, online. And so I want to honor both camps. And in a way, I'm kind of riding a horse with two asses, but it's kind of working, and so I'm going to roll with it. So I've decided on Wednesdays that I will launch a YouTube just for my Seint audience. So if you're not interested in Seint, you do not have to tune in on Wednesdays. And then on Saturdays will be my more traditional makeup and brands. And that's where I'll do more of my French series, and just other fun, mature makeup videos, okay? So I am calling this video on Wednesdays the Seint Look of the Week. So that's a brand new series, the Seint Look of the Week. And during these each week, I might be discussing new news or troubleshooting or questions that customers give me via email. So there's always going to be great information in those videos, but it's fun. And I feel like I have so many beautiful, beautiful colors that I never get to play with because I'm so busy working for other brands. Over on TikTok, that's all I do is I do makeup for other brands. I don't talk about Seint on TikTok at all. You will never see Seint on TikTok. Sometimes I sneak Demi in there, but I'm real careful about it. Okay, so check back Saturday if you want to just see traditional makeup, but right now we're gonna start with the #1 eye look that I have been asked about in the last couple weeks. I just did a 3-minute TikTok, so if you don't care about Seint and you just want to see my eye makeup video, go over to TikTok, and I did it in 3 minutes, and I used Sigma Beauty, but today I'm going to be using Seint, okay? So I have my brows on because I find brows to be very boring, and I'm going to do MAC Paint Pot. Now, I'm going to do Laying Low today, but normally, I love the Painterly. Painterly is lighter and more nude. Laying Low is also a nude, but it's a little deeper, more peach, right? Either one can work, but I want to go warmer today. So do you see all that color on my eyelids? It looks like I'm wearing eyeshadow, and that is not eyeshadow. That is just discoloration that comes with age and probably a little bit of lash serum. Most lash serums, I don't know why, because I haven't really chose to research it, but most lash serums will discolor your eyelids to kind of a light reddish brown. And because I wear makeup every day, I don't care. And even on days I don't wear makeup, I don't care because it just looks like I have shadow on. Or on days where I don't wear makeup, but I just want to look more smooth and polished, I'll do a MAC paint pot. But do you see how now that looks like a primed smooth canvas? Okay, so that is what we are going to do first. And then I am going to start with some bronzer. Now, it's summer, it's 4th of July coming up, it's about to be very hot, and I am not gonna do a full face of makeup, so I'll show you what I'm gonna do. Now, I have a sunscreen on, and it has a little bit, tiny bit, do you see it's a little bit of a white cast compared to the rest of me, and I even put self-tanner on. Do you see this greenish area right here? I got a weird patch of brown green right there from my self-tanner. I am not happy about that. Many of you who buy Seint brushes ask me how I store it. I buy this little, it's almost like a little triangle pouch. See, it opens up to a V shape. It's like a V shape. And I put all my brushes in here and I lay them flat. Sometimes I stand them up. I just make sure that anything that is tiny, like the spot brush or the bright brush, like anything tiny, is not going face down, because the fluffier brushes can handle standing up, but not the tiny parts. But most of the time I just zip it and lay it down. It's not ideal. I do love that the brushes are double-ended, because now I can do my blush here and my bronzer here. I love that. But it's not really convenient, is it? Because most of the time this is how I do my brushes. I stand them up in these little pots that I get at Dollar Tree. They're a netted little cup for $1, and I get them at Dollar Tree, and I put all my Sigma and BK Beauty and MAC brushes in there, but double-ended, okay? So let's get started. I am going to do Bella. Big surprise, right? I'm gonna start with Bella bronzer. And I'm going real light with it. I'm not going heavy. But you know, our bronzers and contours from Seint do have a tiny bit of coverage. So wherever we're putting bronzer, we don't necessarily have to put our highlight. And at Seint, we call foundation a highlight. I find it very confusing. It's still hard to wrap my head around it all these months later, but you know, it's Kara's company. She can call it whatever she wants. I wish we just called it a foundation and not a highlight. So there is my bronzer all around the top of my forehead. I try to go a little bit into the hairline, but it doesn't always get up there. And then I'm gonna do the outside of my face. I'm not gonna contour, it's too hot for all that. And honestly, I'll contour sometimes on here for some of you, but I really don't contour in person. I really don't. I just don't think that mature faces need much contouring. Now, I will contour my neck, you better believe it, but I don't contour my face. Sometimes I'll contour a cheekbone. If I'm going somewhere out at night and it's gonna be dim lighting and I just wanna look really, really sculpted, sure. There is definitely a time and place for contour, but I just don't like it most of the time, and I don't love it close up. I always teach makeup that looks pretty close up. I did a bunch of bridesmaids on Saturday. They were all in their 30s, and most of them did not want fake lashes, which is pretty rare, and they just wanted to be soft and pretty, soft glam. And they loved the look, because I always give them a mirror as we're doing it. Is this okay? Is this enough? Do you want more? Do you want less? And they all settled at a pretty soft, natural look that would still be pretty in photo, but more importantly, they will look really beautiful close up. And that's one thing you're gonna hear me say a lot. We want to look beautiful close up. I'm not doing social media makeup. That's why I don't do the cheetah hack and all the crazy marks on my face, because I wanna look beautiful. Like if you're up close in my face, I don't want you to see that maybe my bronzer or my contour is not blended, or maybe some of that got into my foundation and now it's kind of muddy. I see a lot of muddy on social media and they don't think they look muddy, but they look muddy. They do. That's why I get so many mature women coming to me, because they're like, everyone looks muddy. I'm like, I know. So I'm gonna go in with now some of my favorite color, amber. I'm candlelight in the winter, but I like amber for summer. Now see how that looks a little deep and golden, but don't worry. We're gonna blend it out. It's gonna be absolutely beautiful. And look, I don't need to go every square inch of my forehead, do I? Because I've got some bronzer up at the top, so I'm just kind of blending it up into it, okay? And now look, I got a blend right there. But do you see how that's all blended? And if I'm real close up to you, it's gonna look very pretty. Candlelit is just a little too light for me in the summer, and I don't want it to show any of my texture. So we have to be real careful as we get older. And sometimes women are really surprised that I choose a darker highlight for them, but we have to at our age, because if you put a light highlight right around here, you're gonna see your pores, any facial hair you have. Even a few weeks ago, I put a lighter color down here. I put Aura just down here, just to kind of highlight my cheek. It looked terrible on my jawline, looked terrible. I looked old and puckery, and you could see all my facial hair. And I have light facial hair, most of us do, but you could see it. And it's because Aura is too light for me. But I was trying to do what the young women did. I'm like, oh, I'll put a little Aura here and I'll put a little Aura here. No. We can't do that, ladies. We have to go a little bit darker. It's better to go darker and just blend, 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 because we can blend it down the neck, right? We can take a big fat brush and blend it down the neck. Go a little. See? You wouldn't think that would be my color. You would say, oh, I see it. Oh, it's warm. Oh, it's a little too dark for you. Trust me. We have to do this as mature women. And let me tell you, it's very, very pretty, even close up. Okay? So I basically put a little highlight here, all around my nose, upper lip, chin, jawline, and a little bit on the cheeks, but remember, I also have some bronzer there. Now you can layer all of it, absolutely, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's hot and I just want it to be super light. You could take any sponge. I'm careful with brushes because I use Tretinoin or retinol, depending what product I grab for the night. And I find that if I use anything that is like dense like this, like dome shaped, or even anything flat, that will instantly slough my skin, and now I'll have a bunch of dead skin mixed in with my makeup and it doesn't look pretty. Okay, now watch this. If you're like, oh, Michelle, I don't know, that color you chose is a little too dark. It's okay, look, we're gonna blend it down. And most of us have, not everyone, I do see some women with darker necks, but most of us have a lighter neck, okay? And then look from here, see? And then my arms, see how I have self-tanner on my arms? Now look at my face. Does my face look too dark? No, because look at the color on my arms and my chest. So we have to take into account our necks, our chest, our arms, because there's nothing more bizarre than seeing a woman with really like tan, bricky colored arms and then a light face. It just looks so bizarre. At the same time, you don't want a really, really dark face and then snow white arms. So we have to find that balance. And a lot of it really is just trial and error. Okay? So I'm looking in a 10-time magnification mirror that's always, 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 always my test, and then look at it close up. See? Look, I have a little pimple under my eye. I'm not doing my under eyes right now, and I'm not gonna do this little, I think it's a bug bite because it's such a weird place for a pimple and it kind of hurts. Okay, you can see my forehead, you can see my texture. You can see my sunspots. I'm not covering any of that. It's summer, it's too hot. It's too hot, I'm not covering all that. Even though I have Demi and I could go in and cover my big sunspot, I'm not going to because I don't care. Because you know what? No one sees it. No one sees it. I promise you, you're the only one that sees it. Okay, let's start with eyes. So I have the MAC paint pot on the eyes, and now I'm going to go into my eyes with Bella Bronzer. Big surprise, big surprise. I love Bella Bronzer. I love it. So I'm gonna take the detail brush, which is meant for contouring, and I'm gonna use the opposite side because it's kind of dense. And I'm gonna go into my crease with Bella. When I tell you Bella, if I had to pick only one item from Seint, only one, there's so many I love, but it would be Bella. I love Bella. It's the prettiest bronzer. Okay, look at that. So see that Bella in my crease? Now you could use Pop or Basic or Cafe or did I say Bubba already? Bubba. You could use a warm brown, you could use Stay Golden, you could do different colors in your crease if you don't want to do Bella Bronzer. You absolutely do not have to put Bella Bronzer in your crease. But I love it because even close up, look at that. It's just creamy looking and it looks like skin and it doesn't look like I have a bunch of heavy powder. Look at that. Ignore the under eyes. Okay? I love that. I think that is so pretty. Okay, so Bella is on, and now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of shimmer on my eyelid. And I want something that is light golden bronze without being like this type of gold. I don't want anything real garish or bright. And this is Foxy. Do you see Foxy? It's goldish bronze. So pretty. And watch with my finger. I'm just doing that. So see, this is flat. And now that has a little foxy. Isn't that pretty? Just to give a tiny, tiny bit of reflection. And see how I'm just kind of going in the middle of the eyelid? I don't take it everywhere, but look how pretty Foxy is. Foxy's so pretty for summer. And then I'm gonna take a light color for my inner eye. Let's see. Okay, and for my inner eye, I'm gonna use the color Sabrina. She's right here. It's kind of a cream with a slight sheen. I have a hair sticking to my lip. Sabrina is kind of like Cupcake, but Cupcake is matte and Sabrina is got a tiny shimmer. See that? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go insane because there is a hair sticking to my lip balm. Okay, easy so far, right? Okay. Now the thing that this is the color everyone's been asking about. They've been going crazy for it. I do a reddish tone in my crease, and it's Pomegranate. It's like this, it reminds me of MAC Corduroy or MAC Swiss Chocolate from years ago. It's so pretty. So I'm taking this little teeny tiny BK beauty brush. I don't think Seint makes anything this tiny, real tiny. And then watch this. We're gonna go. Now I'm not blending it. I'm just kind of stamping it on. Okay, like that. Pretty. And if you didn't want to go this reddish, you could just do a chocolate brown. You hear the trash can outside? Oh, and of course, Amazon Prime just showed up. There's not a day go by that I don't get some kind of package. Okay, so see how I haven't blended that yet? I really love how, shh, come here. Sorry about my dog. I don't have time to stop. No, you're fine. I love how the Bella, because it's a cream, grabs that pigment, but look how smooth that is. It's not blotchy. Of course, a good brush helps. Come here, I'm right here, stop. And then I like a little tiny bit on the outer eyelid, just a little. Okay, not pretty. And then I can take my brush that has Bella on it, and I'm not re-dipping, not going back into Bella, but I'm just kind of blending over that. Look at that. See how airbrushed that look? Now that's not blended yet, and look at that. So pretty and airbrushed looking. Remember, I want to look pretty close up, so if you came over to my house right now, I want it to look soft and pretty. Okay, we'll go in the outer corner in a minute with some Demi. So that's my eye look right there that people are flipping out for and asking about, not only here on YouTube, but over on TikTok. Now, I'm gonna use a very unique eye pencil. It's so unique, it's so beautiful. I flipped out when I saw it. It's this color by Make Beauty. This company is called Make. It's waterproof. I wanna show you real quick. Here, you can twist it up. So I'm gonna twist it up. And then on this side, you have a little sharpener. So you can sharpen this because this is metal. So you can sharpen the tip, which I don't need to do right now. And you got this little brush, so if you want to like feather it or smoke it, you have a little brush. It's brilliant. This is a brilliant pencil. Comes in so many different colors: teal, navy, purple, gray, brown, black. Again, it's waterproof. I love it. So I'm gonna put it on my eyelids because I think it makes a statement. I have a hazel eye with a lot of green in it, and this just kind of makes my green really pop. Okay, look at that. Is that fun? I love it. I love it so much. I really built this whole look around this pencil, and this pencil is called, what is this pencil called? I can't remember. You'll know because it's reddish. Now NYX makes a fat chubby pencil in this color. I used to use it. I think it's called Rust. It's a really fat chubby pencil by NYX. It's not waterproof, but it's this color. It's very pretty. It's very red. I think the only people I wouldn't put this red on is someone who maybe is very fair-skinned, light eyes, light lashes. If you did this reddish tone on that, you might just look sick or like you had rabbit eyes, so you have to be careful. But this color could work on most women, or you could just simply do this exact look with dark brown. I'm just doing this color because I love it. It's probably gonna be my pencil I use most. Because look at that close up. Do you see how rich that is? It's so rich. Okay, that's it. It's waterproof, it doesn't sweat off, it comes off really well at night. I love it. Okay, then I could go get this brand also and put it on my waterline, but My favorite pencil for the waterline is Give. It's Gwen Stefani's company. And do I need to sharpen this? I sure do. Good thing I have a sharpener nearby. I put this on my waterline because it doesn't transfer. It'll stay on my upper waterline all day and it will never transfer to my lower waterline because I don't always want pencil on my lower. And this is in black. She makes a brown. I think, no, she makes a navy. She makes a navy. Maybe she makes a brown, but I use black mascara. So look at that. Do you see how that lash line really pops? So I love that. Okay, I'm gonna do my mascara and I'll be right back. I think mascara is boring to watch, so that's why. And I'm using Thrive Lash Extension Mascara. This is just the prettiest mascara. Look at that. That's amazing. And it's just one coat because it's a tubing mascara. It only comes off with warm water. Now I'm not gonna put it under the eye right now because I wanna do my Demi. And some days I skip mascara underneath the eye altogether. So I'm gonna go in with my Demi. And Demi comes in many, many different colors. And I really just pretty much use 2 or 3. So I'm gonna start, I've got this darn little pimple under my eye. Do you see that? So weird. I'm gonna start with my Bright Brush because it's a little bit bigger. Tell you what, I'm getting real sick of this hair on my nose. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna take 03 and I'm gonna go I've been testing some concealer for a couple different brands, and then I know someone who is launching a new concealer and she's sending me the prototypes to get my opinion. So there's been a lot of days in the past week or so that I have not used Demi and I really miss it. Now a lot of you are going, oh my gosh, because look, but I have a ring light. I'm sitting in front of a window and I have a ring light. I think some of you are comparing your real life under eye circles to mine. You can't do that. But again, what's my motto? I want to look pretty even close up in person. So to me, the Demi looks skin-like because of the wax. It looks like skin. Okay? Look, got rid of that dark coloring. Now I still have the dents, right? The dents are still there. You can't get rid of dents. You cannot. I wish you could. You can't get rid of dents. But when I do this, look at that. My under eye color disappeared. And then I like to take 01. I love 01. And I'm gonna go above it, because remember, I only put 03 where the darkness is. So above it, where I'm not as dark, see? My husband just got home. I didn't even know he left. And then look, I take it and I lift the eye. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? That's 01. I take it. So you can see I use the fluffy brush a lot. The fluffy brush puts it on more sheer. Okay. Ow, that thing under my eye hurts. I'm gonna take my spot brush and I could take either Y01, which cancels red, or I could take green yellow one, which I'm going to. Yeah, that hurts. That, I feel like that's a bug bite. That doesn't feel right. And then I'll go underneath the nose. Okay. There we go. And I do not set with powder. You can if you want, but I don't, because I want my under eyes to stay beautiful. I don't want anything to mess with it. So we're gonna use setting spray in a few minutes. And let me see what's going on with my eyebrow right now. I'm having so many problems with my eyebrows. I want to go get a microbladed, but then it's such a permanent decision. Do I really want that? Okay. Now, when I have a colorful eye like this, and I'm going to tell you, when I was doing mascara, I had this close up. This eye is so much softer and prettier, but still colorful than the one I did on TikTok, because TikTok I used powder shadows, and this is the cream bronzer with just a little bit of that shadow. It makes a big difference. It really does. Okay, so when I do a more colorful eye like this, I like to keep the rest of the face nude. So I am gonna use a color, let's see, is this Boardwalk? That's Boardwalk. Boardwalk is pretty, I love it. I've used it before, but for summer, I want to use Desert Sunset, because I'm kind of obsessed with Desert Sunset. Desert Sunset is right here. It just kind of looks like a pretty suntan color, but watch this. It is so pretty. I'm gonna use the opposite side of my bronzer brush. I'm gonna go in. Now see that? Do you see how it's kind of like a peachy, warm? Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And it's so pretty on brunettes, redheads, blondes. It's just beautiful. I don't know that you would wear it as a silver fox unless you had really warm skin, or if you're a silver fox like me. Well, I'm not a silver fox yet, but see how I have all this silver here, but the rest of my hair is warm? You could pull off this, but Desert Sunset is warm. It's also sheer, and it's a gloss formula, so look at that highlight. Isn't that pretty? It's like glass skin. It's like having that beautiful Korean glass skin, and I'm just going up into the temple, and I do a little bit on the nose. I mean, come on, look at that. That is so pretty. Everyone needs Desert Sunset, even if you don't wear Seint. Look, I'm gonna put it up here too, okay? Okay, crazy about that. Now, I'm gonna do my last trick. I love this next trick. Watch this. Watch this. We are gonna take a fluffy brush, and we are gonna, I have hairs in my face, go back to 01. You could also use R01. R01's more pink. I'm gonna use 01. It's a little more peachy, but R01 does this too. Watch this. We're gonna go from the tear duct. We're gonna go down the side of the nose. And because it's a fluffy brush, you're not gonna see a line. And I'm gonna go right in that little area at the top of my cheek, where my cheek and my under eye meet. But down the side of the nose. Because of this Demi wax has this beautiful sheen in it, I just have tons of hair sticking to me. It's driving me nuts. I'm not powdering my face, and that's probably why. Okay, look at that. Do you see that lightness right there? Now, you don't have to do this step. I just love it. And I go a little bit down the nose and on the tip of the nose. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. It makes your cheeks look rounder because it's making your cheeks lighter on top. When I do this method, oh my gosh, the amount of women that are like, what did you do? What's going on with your cheeks? They love it because it just looks so pretty. I absolutely love it. Okay, now I'm going to show you how I would powder. I'm gonna do my Saie powder. It's called Airset. Now, this is how I powder, and I'm normal to dry, so I only powder once and then I don't powder again. I go across the forehead where I'm a little, look at that, see? And then I'll go down the nose a little bit and to the sides of the nose. I don't go under the eyes. I might do a tiny bit on the chin, but just where my pores are, just right there. Okay, and that's it. And I still have that beautiful sheen from the blush. And as the powder warms up to the skin in the next few minutes and becomes more skin-like, it really helps. But you know, that way we don't have hair sticking to us, right? Because I cannot stand that feeling of hair sticking to me. Okay, and then lips, I'm going to do Pop BFF. I feel like this is so boring watching someone put their lips on. Not pretty. Now I could put a little of the Desert Sunset on the lips, but I don't want to. I'm going to use Lawless. It's a plumping lip balm. This is their new Cherry Vanilla. And I've been quite addicted to it because it's a plumping balm instead of a plumping gloss. I don't always want to wear a gloss. And then look, you've got the liner, which gives you a little bit more definition as we start to lose as we get older. And then you've got the beautiful your natural lip color shining through, and then this. I don't use a lot of Seint colors on my lips. I love all the blushes so much, but I just don't love them on the lips. If I'm gonna do a quick video, or if I'm gonna do a Zoom, or if I'm gonna do a photo for Instagram, I can do a lot of the Seint colors on the lips. But if I'm going out into real life, running errands or going somewhere, I don't want the Seint on my lips. I'm just very much a lip balm girl. I don't even wear many lipsticks. I really am a lip balm girl. Okay, what do we think? I love it. This is my favorite summer look. I am doing this every single day. Oh, you know what we didn't do? We gotta have setting spray. Charlotte Tilbury, it's my #1. It was my #1 in my pro kit. Now it's my #1 on me. It even sets that eye makeup. And you know, another thing you can do is a little bit on the back of the hand, like a little tiny puddle. And this is how we set the Demi, because Demi is wax. And anything under the eye naturally wants to crease because we have such thin skin. And think of how much our eyes move all day. This is the method. Our eyes move like that. So we're gonna crease, but I'm looking at it real close up and I'm not creasing at all. I do, however, have a little piece of mascara. Yeah, and because I don't bring the Demi all the way up to the lash line, so that little bit of like shadowing under my eye, that's just my natural shadowing. By not bringing Demi all the way up to there, you're not gonna crease, because that's where a lot of our creases are. I keep the Demi kind of below the creases. Oh, now I just messed up where that little bug bite is, doggone it. Yeah, so that's why I don't bring the Demi up that high. And then I also don't, dang it, that thing hurts. I also don't wear mascara on my lower lashes most of the time. I will at night if I'm going somewhere fancy, but I typically don't wear mascara on the lower lashes because it can be too much, or it can drag the eyes down, or it can make the eyes look like they're falling more, or it can be messy under the eye. So there you have it, okay? I hope that helps. This is the Seint look of the week. Everything I used will be in the description. So if you don't know what that means, if you click on the title of this video today, a description box pops down and it will have my Mature Makeup Masterclass link, how to get a free color match if you're like, I really want to try this makeup, but I don't know where to start. Trust me, I ordered colors way too light for me. Like, wouldn't you think this color would be perfect? This is white peach. Wouldn't that be just perfect for my skin? Way too light, makes me look old. So I'm candlelit in the winter and I'm amber right now. This is sandy. I can even wear sandy. Maybe I'll do sandy next week so you guys can see what it's like wearing a color that's maybe a smidge too dark for you, but if you blend it, it works, okay? Keep those video ideas coming. I love hearing everyone's ideas. Remember, Saturday will be about traditional makeup and Wednesdays will be the Seint look of the week. I hope you love it. I love this look. I feel so beautiful. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want more mature content on YouTube. It lets YouTube know that you want more mature content, and tell your family and friends. Bye for now.